Hey guys, and welcome back to InventBox, where the solution is right around the corner. Kevin here. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to rig the bones up to the mesh on your character. So let's get started. So what happens whenever you rig a bone to your mesh or your character is right now the bones are in a different position here. So basically what it's going to do is take all these vertices and set those as a child to the bone. But instead of having to do this manually, what we're going to do is there's actually an automatic feature that can do it for us. So that's actually really simple to do. Just select your character mesh and then shift click and select your armature or your skeleton and do Control P and do with automatic weights. So that'll set all your vertices with your objects, and whenever you have your armature selected, there's a different mode called pose mode. Normally it's just edit mode or object mode, but right now we have another one called pose mode. So if we go to pose mode, I can move this, and keep in mind all the bones are children to the parent, which is the pelvis. So if I move this, you can see it's parent to the pelvis, so he'll bend over. So if I want, I can move those a little bit, and if I wanted, I could rotate it like this, just like that. And you can just play with this and move it around, and as you see, the mesh is hooked right up. Ooh. And the mesh is hooked up to the bones. So you can move the mesh like you would with a normal thing. So now you can just move these around. Oh, your legs cannot bend like that. But you can just play around with this and get everything how you want it. If you wanted to make it look like he's running or something like that. And again, everything is object to the pelvis because that's how it would actually be in your body. And even if you wanted, you could zoom all the way in on these hands and actually make his hands into a whoa. I think his hands, you could get a little more detailed. I only did a couple bones here, but I can just kind of, if you wanted, you could move those bones a little in. If you wanted for the fingers, make his head a little more comfortable, and it kind of is in a, it's kind of in a running position now. Just like so now he's in a running position type thing, and of course you could get these bones a lot more detailed, but that's actually how you add it up to the mesh. And of course you can do your animations like I was showing you in the last tutorial. You can set that as a keyframe, advance 10 frames, and make his arm go back. So at the end of the 10, and you can play your animation, and then you can see his arm is moving, and that's how you animate it, and you can do whatever you want there. But that's how they make basically every character in video games or anything. It's just the mesh character that they draw up in Blender and then attach everything to their skeleton, and of course it would be a lot more complicated, and it would look actually more like a human skeleton, and that would be just about it. It's actually really simple. And then of course you have to do all the motion, and maybe in another tutorial I'll just show you how to hook this up to Unity, so if you wanted to use this in like a game or something. So I hope this video was useful in learning how to use bones and hook them up to your mesh and actually make your mesh move. Actually, if you render this, see where our camera is. Okay, we need to create a camera. Let's go into object mode. Let's make a camera. And we can bring them out. Bring them up a little bit. Whoops, not rotate. Let's rotate him a little this way. Just like that. Cool, we can back out of camera view. Move him a little closer so we got a good render shot. Just like that. And now if you render that, I don't have any lighting. We can add a little plane under him super quick with a little light. Oh yeah, we don't wanna. Okay, so now accidentally created that keyframe, it's fine. Now we have that plane under him, and then actually for more realistic lighting, I will add a point light, because I think that'll look kind of like a sun. Or actually we can add a sun lighting. Just like that. Right over him. Just like that. And render it. And there's our animation, and you can see you don't see any of the bones at all. It's only in the rendering. So I hope this video was useful. If it was, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Talk to you then.